Hello everyone. Once again, I welcome you all in the next session of OBS Studio. So, hope all of you have downloaded and installed the OBS Studio on your laptop or desktop. So, today we will learn about the working of the OBS Studio, or we can say the detailed contents present in the OBS Studio. Now, you can see the appearance of this OBS Studio. Now, over here in the bottom, you can see uh, four five windows are appearing, small windows are appearing. Now in the first window it is nothing but scenes, then second is the sources, third is the audio mixer, scene transitions, and the last is nothing but a control. Now we will see it one by one. Now first of all, in this scenes, the what is this scene meant for? It is generally a name given to a particular profile. So whatever work you do or whatever operations you do, whether you want to save it in terms of a certain profile, these scenes are being used. So by default, I am working in the OBS scene now, because if I want to create a new scene, so I can add it from the add button itself. I can give it a name as PRMITR, and I will click on OK. Okay, so now in this scene you can see my own profile is now created with the name given as PRMIT and R. If you want to save the project, if you are working on something, the main purpose of this particular scene is that if you have done something or some operations on the OBS Studio, and if you want to save it as in terms of a project, so it will be saved in the OBS files with the name as PRMITR project. Okay, so by default I will work in this scene itself. So now the next window is nothing but a sources. So basically all the operations that are performed on this OBS Studio are done with the help of this sources. Okay, so if I click on this add button in this, you can see different options are there, which are meant for the working of this open source open broadcaster software. Okay, so the third one is nothing but a audio mixer. Now in this audio mixer, two default audio mixers are provided to you. First is the desktop audio, and second is nothing but the mic or aux. So all of you know that what is the mic and aux and what is the desktop audio. So you can see, as I have already by default I have connected my microphone, so the mic or aux is being activated in that, and you can see the green lines are increasing and decreasing. And the third and the fourth one is nothing but the scene transitions. How you want the transitions in terms of a slide, in terms of a fade one, or in terms of a cut transitions. So these are nothing but the scene transitions. The last is nothing but a control. Now in this control you can see four to five options are present in this. So first is the start streaming, start recording, studio mode, settings, and the last is the exit one. So one by one we'll now see what are the contents that are present in the sources now. Okay, so we will first click on this add button. Now in this you can see add is there, remove is there, the properties that are the if you open any source over there, what are the properties regarding that particular source, you can click on from that properties itself, and these are nothing but the arrow keys. If you want to shift any source from top to bottom, or you move it from or if it is in the bottom, if you want to move it on the top, if it is in the top, if you want to move it in the bottom, so all the operations are performed with this move up and move down button. So first of all I will click on this add button, and I will click on the first option that is present in the source is nothing but a audio input capture. Now in this audio input capture, a small window is appearing in this, which gives you a name for that particular source. So if you want to give a name of your own, you can give it, or you can proceed with the same default name. And if for example I've been giving this name as PRMITR again. Okay, so now my name for the particular audio input capture is being given a name as PRMITR, and I'm clicking here OK. Okay, so here he is saying that the name is already in use because I have created a scene in that I have given the same name, so I am again giving it as a name as PRMITR Badnera. Okay, so I am clicking on the OK. Now in this window is open in this PRMITR, that is nothing but audio input capture. He is saying that in this device, if you click on this drop down button, now over here microphone is present. So the device that is added to my laptop is nothing but a microphone, which is nothing but my earphones. Okay, so by default he has captured that particular microphone. If I click on this microphone and if I click on this OK now, so now you can see at the base over here, if I scroll down the arrow, you can see the PRMRTR Bandera, which is nothing but the audio input capture, is now being captured by that audio mixer. By default there were only two windows present. First was nothing but the desktop audio and the second was nothing but mic or aux, and now I have added another third audio mixer, which is nothing but the PRMITR Bandera. So basically what is the purpose of this audio input capture is that if you want to add 1 to 2 or audio inputs to your particular desktop, you can add it from the audio input capture. So as I have by default connected with the wired earphone, if you are using a Bluetooth earphone and if that particular device is being connected with the Bluetooth, the laptop will identify it, and in the audio input capture, as it was being seen over there, the default audio input capture was nothing but microphone. If you have added the Bluetooth earphones also, so it will be recognized with that audio input capture. So basically these are nothing but the different inputs that you add to your laptop in terms of your microphone or earphones. Okay, so this was the nothing but the first option, first source, that is nothing but audio input capture. The second is nothing but the audio output capture. Now here also the same thing, if you want to give the name you can give it, or you can proceed with the default one and just click on this OK. Now here also a window is opening, the same window as that of the audio input capture. Here he is saying, but instead of, now you can see microphone, he is added over here speakers. Okay, so as it is being named as audio output capture, so whatever output devices are connected to your speaker, whatever output you want in terms of that speaker, so he will recognize in that manner. Suppose you are connected with the external speakers to your laptop, he will identify it. Okay, so now I have nothing, so I have not connected to any speakers externally. So basically he is using the same default speakers that are used by my laptop, and he has detected that thing, and I am just clicking on this OK. Okay, so if you scroll down again, you can see over here itself on the first one, audio output capture is being recognized, but here you can see the desktop audio and the audio output capture are disabled because I have not yet connected my external speakers to it, so that's why they are disabled. But here you can see in the mic or aux or PRMITR Bandera, here you can see the green lines are increasing and decreasing. So why? Because the mic aux is nothing but my default microphone. Also in the PRMITR Bandera, which is also is nothing but a audio input capture, is also my default microphone. Okay, so both are connected with the same microphone itself, so that's why you can see the green lines are increasing as my volume raises, and if I keep a mute, so you can see the green lines are decreasing. So this is nothing but the use of audio input capture and audio input capture. Okay, so now we will move on to the next one, which is nothing but now suppose I am taking a color source. Suppose I am taking over here browser. Right now, as I am not connected to the internet, so I will use this option just to show you that a default browser is also used with this OBS Studio. So if you just click on this browser and you click on this OK, now over here you can see in this URL default address is provided. So if I am typing over here www.google.com and I am clicking on the OK, now in this a window will be opened. Okay, so a browser window, a default browser is provided for that particular OBS Studio. So if I was being connected to the internet, so the browser itself will open that particular site, that is nothing but a google.com, but yet I have not connected my phone to my the net is not connected to my laptop, so it will not open in this. So basically the purpose of that browser is a default browser is provided by that OBS Studio, so you can surf it from the OBS Studio itself by using that particular URL address, okay, or URL panel, right? Now the next thing is nothing but the color source. Now in this color source, as you can see, before moving on to the color source, as you can see over here a black screen is appearing on, and on that black screen I have written one text as a default one. So if you want to change this black screen to some another background, you can change it with the help of this color source. Okay, so I click on this OK. Now you can see in this the default color is provided as white. If I want to change the color, I can change it with the help of, suppose I am taking a green one over here and just clicking on this OK. Okay, so in this also the width and the height dimensions are given. So what in what resolution you want that particular color source. So I am changing the resolution so that it will fit in the window of the OBS Studio, suppose 800 by 600, and I am just clicking on this OK. Now you can see you are changing the particular background from black to this green. So this is nothing but generally used for changing the background of your OBS Studio. You can give the resolution as 1920 by 1280 or different resolutions that are present, you can give it. But for fitting in this particular OBS Studio, I have used that particular height and width resolution as 800 by 600. So this is the use of that color source. Now we are moving on to the next one. The next is nothing but the display capture. Now again the same thing, display capture. If you are clicking in this, now over here what is the purpose of the display capture? This display capture captures your monitor. Okay, so the complete monitor is being captured by this OBS Studio with the help of that display capture. Now what the thing is happening in this, he is saying that whether you want to capture the cursor also, if you click on this uncheck button, okay, so and if you click on this multi-adapter compatibility, now you can see all the windows are being captured. Means basically your monitor is being captured, the monitor display is being captured with this OBS Studio. Okay, so if you try to click on this capture cursor also, so now you can see the cursor is also being captured completely. Now different frames, there are n number of frames that are being captured by this display capture. So this is the main purpose of the display capture. This is a preview of it, but if you click on this OK, so it will be displayed on the OBS Studio. But see to it that whenever you want to capture the display, you click on this multi-adapter compatibility button. Whenever, if you uncheck this, now you can see it is not captured over here, nothing is even captured. But if you check on this multi-adapter compatibility, the preview will be available with you, and if you click on this OK, now the whole display is captured. You can see different n number of frames are captured by your display capture. So this is basically what it does capture your monitor. Okay, so this is the main purpose of this display capture. If you want the cursor to be shown, you can show it, or you can uncheck on that capture cursor also. So the cursor will not be shown in this frames whatever are present in this display capture. Okay, so now we will move on to the next one. Now the next is nothing but the game capture. So basically in this game capture, now in this game capture, this is nothing but meant for gaming purpose. Okay, so we are not much more concerned with the gaming part now, so we will not see this game capture in detail. Okay, so you can see different options are there. Whoever is interested in playing games, or if you want to capture any games in terms of OBS Studio, you can use it with the help of game capture. So we will not go in much detail with it, and I'm just clicking on this OK. So the sources is being added with this game capture now. Okay, so next thing is nothing but the image. Okay, now in this image, what is done, as the name is given as image, means what, the image is also being captured in your recording. Okay, so if you are taking into account OK button, now he will ask you for the browsing path, that where your image is located. If I click on this browse option and I select any of the sample images, suppose this is nothing but a sample image which I am using. and I'll click on this OK. Okay. uh, if you click on this OK, now you can see the image is also opened in your recording. So basically two things are mostly used, or can be used in the recording with the help of this image and media source. So we will see it on, in the next source, what is a media source. So you can add an image in your recording also in with the help of this image source. Okay. Now the next thing, image slideshow. If n number of images are added, as you show it in terms of PowerPoint presentation, a slideshow, you can show it in terms of this image also over here. If you add n number of images, and if you just want to show a slideshow in your recording also, you can show it with the help of this image slideshow. So this is the use of that image slideshow. The next important thing is nothing but now media source. Now this media source is generally used to place any media file or a video in your recording. Okay, so we will see how it is placed. So again, I'm clicking on this OK. Now again he will ask for the browsing path. I will just use one sample video to show that how the recording, how the media is played in this. I'm clicking on this just media file. Suppose I'm taking this one only, and I'm clicking on this OK, and I will click on this OK now. Okay, now you can see the video is also played in your recording. So the main important thing is that the PowerPoint, during a PowerPoint presentation also you can show the image, also you can show the video at the same time also. So this is basically so this is the main important use of OBS Studio, that why we are using it in terms of recording. Okay, so this is the media that is played in this window over here in the OBS Studio. Okay, so now we will move on to the next one. Now this is the scene which I have told you earlier also, that how these scenes work, how you are saving your project with the help of that particular scenes. So we will not repeat it again. Now this is the text box. Okay, so whatever text I have written earlier, that working of the OBS Studio, so how I have written this with the help of this text window now. Okay, so in this text window you can write anything. Suppose I am writing it again as the working of OBS Studio. Okay, so the text box is also visible in this now. You can change the, use this frame to resize the text over here, and you can place it on the video itself or any of the frames that are visible in this. So yes, I have used this as my particular text box in this window. Okay, so this is the use of a text box itself now. On this window itself, I have used that particular text box, and it is visible on your screen now. Okay, so now the next important thing, that is nothing but a video capture device. So so this video capture device is nothing but if the presenter want to present himself in the recording, it can be done with the webcam itself, external webcam itself, but as the webcam is by default provided with the laptop, it is being captured with this particular video capture devices. So I will show you how it is captured. So I am clicking on this video capture devices now, and I am clicking on this OK. So while using the sources, if you want to give the names, you can give it and you can proceed further, but it is not that much important, so I am not giving the name, and I am using the default one, and I am clicking on this OK. Now you can see in this I am visible in your window over here, because the webcam is activated automatically with the help of the video capture devices. So if you want to activate it and deactivate it, you can use it with this. If you deactivate it, now you can see the preview is not available, and if you activate it again, the preview will be available to you. So you need not have to change any of the options with this webcam itself. You just click on this OK, and now you can see the whole window is captured in this. Now I am visible in my recording itself. Whatever I will have to record as a presenter, I am visible in this. But see to it that you place that particular window in the appropriate position, so that the PPT or any of the file which you want to show as a presenter it should be visible to it. So betterly see that you use this particular window at an appropriate destination, so that you and the slide or any of the presentation is visible to the people who are watching these things. Okay, so now the next important thing, is nothing but a window capture. Now this window capture is generally used to record any of the apps or software or any of the files that you are currently working. Okay, so basically we use this in terms of a PowerPoint presentation. But if in case if you want to show any demo or any demo of a particular app or any of the particular software, you can use it with the help of this window capture. Just it will capture the window, and you will just work with the software itself, and all the contents that you have covered in that particular software, all will be captured in terms of this window capture. So we will see how they are captured. I am opening this window capture over here and I am clicking on this. Okay, now in this at this window panel you can see new Microsoft PowerPoint presentation that is available on my taskbar over here. Okay, so it is by default being captured by this window. Okay, so no other windows are open in this, so he has captured this particular PowerPoint presentation as it is open currently. So see to it that you click on this multi adapter compatibility again. These two options are only visible in display capture and video capture, sorry, display capture and window capture. Okay, so see to it that you click on this multi adapter compatibility. Now you can see the window is also being captured in this. Okay, so the PowerPoint presentation is visible in this particular window. Now if you just click on the OK in this, now all the presentation that you want to show is being recorded or is being captured with this window capture now. Okay, so if you want to change anything also, if I want to add any slide in this particular window, I can add it. Suppose I am writing a name as introduction to OBS Studio. Okay, so this is an extra slide that I have added in this particular presentation. So this is also visible to you all people. So as I do my work in this PowerPoint presentation, the window is being captured by default, and whatever you work you do in this window, they all will be captured in terms of recording in your OBS Studio. So this is the main use of this OBS Studio with the help of this PowerPoint presentation. So now all the things that are included in these sources I have shown you in detail. At the same time, now basically all the windows are operating at the same time. Okay, so see to it that whenever you add any source, if you if you are done with the work on that particular source, you just lock that particular slide or source, sorry, lock that particular source. So whenever while recording, it will not look shabby and it will look in a good manner. The presentation will be look in a good manner. So see to it that you lock each and every window if you are done working with that particular source. I am clicking, you can see a lock button is provided in this. At the start it is unlocked, and if you are done with the work, you can click on this lock button in this. Okay, so whenever you work for any sources, now in this you can see at the same time the presenter is also working, at the same time the slide is also shown, at the same time the media is also shown, and at the same time the image also is captured in your recording. So in this, if I want to add a video capture source once again, so it is being captured almost. So whenever you add any sources, whatever windows were present earlier, they will go behind it. So it will not be in a way that you will not be recorded in this presentation. You will be recorded, but you can see in this that a window is present over here, means it is by default being working with this presentation now, so you need not have to worry in this. So if I take into account, if I want to show it in a proper manner, as the windows are appearing one after the other, it is being hidden behind that particular presentation window. That video capture device is hidden with this particular window. If if I want to show it as a presenter in my recording, so I will show it now. Now you can see in this. So basically, if you are not working with the sources that are present in this, you just clear those sources. As you clear one by one whatever sources are available, those are not in need, so you can clear those sources, and whatever sources you want in your presentation, you can keep that particular sources only. So whatever sources are hidden one behind the other, they will get cleared, and only the presenter window and the PowerPoint presentation window or any other file which you want to open in your particular OBS Studio as a presenter, you can keep that particular sources only. So here I have cleared all the sources, and I have just kept the presenter window and the PPT presentation window available in my recording. Now I am not in need with this other windows right now. So if there is a need, you just use that source and you can delete it at the same time itself. So rather than keeping it for a longer span, because as you open the window one after the other, you will be shifted by that particular sources one after the other behind. So keep this in mind, that if you have used the sources, you clear those sources at the same time itself. Or one more thing is that you can use this arrows also in this. If you want to move your window capture devices or your display capture, if you want only two sources present, so you can move it from up to down or down to up, okay, with the help of this key. So these this is the purpose of these two keys now. So as I have done with my sources option, now I will move on to this controls now. Okay, the scene transitions are nothing but the scenes which you want in terms of a slideshow or cut transitions or fade transitions. So we will not be much concerned with the scene transitions. Keep it as it is, a default one, a fade one, or a slide one, whichever you want to. So now the next and the last thing is that is included in this OBS Studio is nothing but controls. So as you have done with your sources now, hope you have understood the sources. Now we will click on this controls. Now in this control you can see 5 options are present: start streaming, start recording, studio mode, settings, etc. Exit. Okay, so right on the first option is nothing but start streaming. So as I have told you in the pre-requisite video that this OBS Studio is used as a as for streaming purpose also. So you can record your video and you can stream it at the same time on the YouTube, Facebook Live, and other live specific services. Okay, so this is used for streaming. So we are just in need to record a video. We do not want to stream that thing, so we will not go in much detail with it, because I will show you what are the things that are included in this. Suppose I am clicking on this start streaming, a window is open in this, and if you try to open this open settings, so you can see whatever options are available that for streaming, they are present in this. Now in this thing, the service, that is nothing but YouTube. If you want to stream your video directly onto YouTube, you can paste the address in this. Okay, just paste the address. He will ask you that YouTube, if you want to stream the video on YouTube, Mixer.com, Facebook Live, and Twitter, etc. If you want to stream it directly onto this particular website, you can stream it with the help of this drop down button. Okay, whichever you want. And the streaming key is nothing but the get streaming key. If you choose this, I am not connected to the internet now, so it will not open. So if you want to stream any key, what the stream keys are available with the website itself. So you just have to copy those things and you paste it in this stream key, and you will directly be streamed on that particular website. So we don't want to stream our videos, we are much concerned for recording purpose. So I am clicking on this cancel option now. Now next is nothing but a start recording. Now in this start recording, see to it that before you start your recording, you click on this setting button. Now why these settings are used in this? Now in this setting option, you can see general, stream, output, audio, video, hotkeys, and advanced. Okay, so we are not much more concerned with the options that are present in this, but we are much more bothered with this output and this video. Okay, So in this streaming also I have told you that if you can place the address over here and you can start streaming. So we will not go in detail with it. And the next is nothing but output. Now in this output you can see again the streaming option is present, recording option is present, audio and replay buffer. So click on this recording. In the if you take click on this stream, the streaming options are available to you. If you click on the recording, now in this recording, a recording path is provided. I have given a default path as in the hard in D drive, and I have given a folder name as OBS Studio. So whenever I will record my video, it will automatically saved on that folder which is located on the D drive and which is given a name as OBS video. You can give it a name also. You can give a recording path also to it, okay, on your own, or you can use the default path that is provided by OBS Studio. Okay, you can use it or you can change it. And the next important thing is nothing but recording format. Now in this recording format, the default is given as MP4. If you click on this drop down button, you can see FLV file, MP4 file, MOV file, MKV, TS and M3U8. So these are the different formats in which you want to record your video. Okay, but see to it that you use either MKV or MKV or MP4 format, because in these two formats the resolution is also good, the quality is also really good, and the most important thing is the size is reduced. In this your recording will be completely reduced to a compatible size. It will not go beyond 100 or 200 MB. It will be lesser than that only. So preferably use this MP4 itself. So I am just using this MP4 format, and before clicking on this OK, I will again have to see this video option. Now in this video option you can see the base canvas resolution. Now in this base canvas resolution, the basic resolution that is provided by my laptop, he has captured it and is given as 1280 by 720. And the output scale resolution, the output resolution, the output recording video which you want, if you want it in terms of 1280 by 720, now different options, different resolutions are provided with this output scale resolution: 1280 by 720, 1020 by 576, 960 and so on. Okay, but see to it that you use a lesser resolution, because as you use a higher resolution, the size of your video will automatically increase. So see to it that you use a proper resolution, a resolution less than 1024. So by default I am using a resolution as 768 by 432. Okay, so just use this resolution for your recording, for your output recording video, and just click on this OK. We'll see this hotkeys also now. Now in this hotkeys you can give the specific keys to your options that are provided in this. Suppose start streaming, if I am giving a key as 1, stop streaming I am giving a key as 2. These are nothing but a shortcut keys that you give in this particular hotkeys option. Those are being provided to the user if they want to give the shortkeys, or if they want to use the options that are provided in the OBS Studio by default. Okay, so also this we don't want in this. If the user want, he can give the shortkey keys in this hotkeys itself. He can mention it and he can use it in that manner. So again, in the advanced one we are not much concerned with this, and I am just clicking on this apply and OK. Okay, so now the settings are applied to my video itself. Now I can start my recording. As yes, I have started my recording now. So all the things that are being included, whatever I have told you in terms of that sources, I have told you in before the start of the recording. So see to it that whenever you open your OBS Studio, firstly you change the settings. By changing the setting, followed by your video details. Okay, video details means whatever sources you want to use in your recording, you can use it before the start of the video. Okay, so this is nothing but a working of the OBS Studio. So hope you all have understood the working along with the prerequisite video that I have shared earlier also. So this is from my side. So hope you all have understood it, and hope you will perform this, you will use this OBS studio in your future recordings. Okay, so this is from my side. Thank you very much, and have a good day.